Is paint protection for your Tesla worth it? That's one of the most common questions that we get asked and that I personally see on the forums. I can only share with you my personal experience, not only in the shops, but with my own vehicle as well. So I have a 2018 Tesla Model X that I've owned for obviously over 3 years. I've had 3 different variations of paint protection film and designs on it for advertising purposes. And every time I've taken those off, what you see underneath is that the paint is literally perfect. I don't think I have one single rock chip on this 2018 Tesla Model X with over 40,000 miles on it. And that's because from day one, I've had KAVACA ceramic coated, or before that, KAVACA Instant Heal on the paint protecting it. If you see the car now, you can actually see that for SEMA, we did a redesign of the car, and we actually did half KAVACA ceramic coated, so gloss, and half KAVACA matte. So on the front side of the hood, which is our control area, so it's unprotected, you'll see lots of scratches, some staining, and that's just over a couple of months. And then on the back side of the hood, we have half KAVACA ceramic coated, which is a clear, and half KAVACA matte, which converts your gloss paint to a satin paint. And when you come up really up close to it, you can see the depth and the clarity is amazing on the gloss, and the satin looks satin. But most of all, you'll notice over here when we were doing demos on it, there's lots of scratches, and there's no scratches on this side, which I can actually demo for you here. I'm not afraid to take a wire brush straight to it and go ahead and scratch the surface. If you notice, we're outside here in the sun, so it's a cold day, but the surface of the car is actually warm, and you'll see that it's actually not scratching this side because it heals from the heat of the sun. So when you look at this side of the hood, you can see that it's matte satin finish. So this hood is all one color, I promise you. But when you put this film over it, it gives you all the protective qualities of a paint protection film, which is rock chip prevention, stain protection, oxidation protection, you name it. But it also gives you this really cool effect of converting your gloss vehicle to a satin vehicle. Or in some cases, if you had matte or satin paint, you could apply this to protect it. What's really unique about our matte paint protection film is it's the most advanced paint protection film with the satin look on the market because the self-healing attributes are also so effective. We all know this is the most technologically advanced vehicle on the road. But if you dig deep enough, you're gonna find out that the paint quality just isn't quite there. Adding paint protection film can actually make your Tesla better than any other factory car on the road. So let's just look at again, is it worth it? So take the bumper, for example. For around $500 or $600, you can get this bumper protected with a 12-year warranty product that actually goes on your Carfax and is recognized by insurance companies. Let's just say you had an accident or something of that nature. More than likely, your insurance company will pay for that. Now, let's say you didn't have paint protection film and you needed to have your bumper painted. That's gonna cost you actually more than the $500 or $600 you had paid originally to protect it. And worse than that is, once you start repainting your car, it's never like new again, especially here in California where there's such strict environmental laws. Also, not to mention, it has to be color matched perfectly. If you have a pearl white, for instance, they have to match the pearl, and if you look at it from different angles, you'll likely see a lot of variation there. Now let's take a look at maybe the full front of your vehicle, which is very common with the Tesla community. So a full front will include hood, fenders, bumper, headlights, mirrors, and in most cases, a rear luggage areas as well. And that will typically cost you a little bit under $2,000. And that's where you start to see on the forums people saying, well, I could repaint it for less than that. While that may be true if you were to scratch only the fender, you could likely get that painted for less than $2,000. However, just taking a fender as an example, to paint this fender and have it match, they will likely paint the fender, paint the door, and blend into the rear of the vehicle. And once you start doing that, again, the paint is never like new. You have paint match concerns, you have color flip concerns if it is a pearl, you have concerns about possibly overspray, and then worst of all, if that damage is reported, that's gonna lower the value of your vehicle. And at the end of the day, especially with the Tesla, that typically has a high resale value, the only thing that's gonna separate you from your competition when looking to sell it is how it looks. It's all based on aesthetics. So you wanna protect your car when it's new so that cosmetically you get to enjoy it more while you own it and then get a higher resale value when you are looking to move on and get your new Tesla. If you're still undecided if KAVACA ceramic coated PPF is worth it to you, let me show you how convinced I am that this is the right protection for my Tesla. So I have some rocks, the real rocks. So check out a Ceramic Pro installer near you to get KAVACA Ceramic Coated PPF installed on your Tesla.